Welcome back to another episode on the Baseline Car channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you should definitely consider that because you could miss out on some good content, some weird shenanigans, hillbilly repairs, and this beautiful face when the video is posted. So you should consider subscribing. Right now, let's get back to working on a Tesla. So here's what we got. We got a door right here that's all damaged and banged up. This is an old door. We got our new quarter panel here, but we're missing the Tesla itself. So let's get to that. Let's start working on that. Let's get the Tesla back into garage before it starts raining. In my previous episode, you guys saw how I was pulling the frame on this thing. Let me pull the cover a little bit more. As you guys can see, the new door is in already. The frame is slightly pulled, but it's alright. It's all good because I'm going to be cutting half of it out. We still got the chains and everything connected, so we got to hook those up. This is my frame machine, hillbilly frame machine. It uses an original oak tree that's certified by Baseline Car Channel, so we're all good on that. Same thing over here. We got a little secure strap right here, nice strap, the chain here that just holds the car from moving from left to right. So we gotta hook this up, and then we gotta use my key to start this thing and move it back to garage. So let's get right into it and move this thing back to garage. Don't that look cool in these chains on me? All kinds of chains. I got all kinds of chains. Well, Jesus could break any chains, and they are kind of heavy to work with. Let's take those off. Let's keep working. Alright, the car is back inside and we're looking better than ever. I mean, let me give you guys a little sneak peek of what it looks like. Everything lines so well. It looks good. It looks as bright as my future. Not really, but you guys get the point. The door fits in really well. It's pretty much all adjusted. So I think it's ready for a quarter panel to be cut. I mean, we already have a little bit of a cut over here. Somebody cut this before. I guess it was rubbing against the wheel. But we still gotta cut this remainder of a quarter panel. Haven't decided how far I want to go with this. I'll think about it. But as for right now, we got a little package that came from the front wheel suspension. Let me show you guys. Got it right here. Don't worry, it's not Amazon in case you're an Amazon hater. This is not Amazon part. This is a loyal eBay part. So I gotta get this unpackaged and install. I'll show you guys what it is with this simple trick. We got a little bit of something here. We got a little bit of control arm. So this is a control arm, as you guys remember in the previous episode, in case you watched it. If you haven't, I'll include a little tab over here on top of the screen. You just click on that and it's gonna have a previous episode for the Tesla rebuild. So basically this bolt joint in the previous episode was ripped off. I had to do a shenanigan repair, a temporary repair. That kind of worked for me, and I mean I was able to move the car, as you guys can see, back and forth, and it was fine. But as for right now, I gotta get this thing installed so I can have a proper wheel alignment and not gonna have any suspension rubbing or anything like that, because in the previous episode it was rubbing against this firewall and it was just kind of getting weird. And I'm pretty sure right now it's really close to that front bumper, but that's okay, it's no big deal. Don't worry, this is not related to the wheel. It's actually related to me loading and unloading car by myself from a trailer. So yeah, gotta get this fixed. Alright, so suspension is all done and taken care of. As you guys can see, the wheel is back in its order, and this is actually the old piece. As you guys can see, the whole thing just ripped off. Kind of weird, but whatever. No big deal. Quick 10-minute job, and it's all done. So let's move on to a door and a quarter panel. I actually found a way to open this door. Let me show you guys. There's a little secret. Over there, underneath the battery, there's a little latch. You're supposed to pull on it. Let me see if I can pull on it, and then I'll show you guys in detail. Oh. Kind of difficult to open this door when you're doing it all by yourself, but here's the little thing. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's a little, where my finger's at, right there. Turn the line up for you guys. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there's a little latch, you just pull on it and it opens the door for you in case your battery dies or whatever. So yeah, just a little secret. I actually found it by trying to remove the seat. But that's all there is to it right now. Let's just move on to cutting this quarter panel. Alright guys, don't hate on this Picasso drawing. I was just kind of experimenting here, trying to see where is the best spot to cut. And I kind of wanted to do on the flat spot where it's going to be easier for me to sand it down and bondo it and this and that. So I'll see what I could do. I haven't decided yet. What I thought is probably going to be the best and solid spot is to probably cut this way, this far open, probably across like this, and see if I could get, you know, this a little bit cleared out, get a little smoother. And if anything, I mean, I could just put a patch like this, or I can go as far as this, and then I'll have enough room to put adhesive or a panel bond and rivets and all that stuff. So we'll get to that. As for right now, I gotta take this panel off, gotta take the side skirt off just because I gotta get access to this panel, and then work on these rivets. And also got the new quarter panel. I actually was able to move it myself, so it's either I'm super strong or this thing's super light. I think the first option is most likely an option, but the second option is also an option. But anyways, long story short, I got this thing, so like I could compare them both together. I could see what I want to do and where I want to make my cuts. Obviously I don't want to change the whole quarter panel, so I'll try to stay as minimum as possible. But before it all, I gotta get access to hold this whole thing, because I'm gonna be replacing all of this. So I gotta get access to all of this so I can do these not rivets but weld spots over here, over here, over here, because this is what is coming out. This part is coming out. As far as over here, we're probably gonna have a cut line somewhere where the weld spots are, somewhere along this side, going up all the way up, and then just gonna have a connection somewhere over there. So I'll see how far we want to go on that. But first let's cut this thing and see what we got underneath. Alright guys, so here's what we got. We got a quarter panel all chopped up. So basically over here on the inside of this liner, inner liner, I went as far as the secondary layer where the weld spot is. That's where I pretty much went along the side of that. And the next layer, I'm probably gonna do 1 inch over. I'm gonna cut it 1 inch over, and I'm gonna have to drill all the weld spots from the other side just to kind of overlap them and give them a little bit of a sturdiness later on. As far as the outer layer, I kind of went on the inside a little bit over here so I could put the other layer kind of in between. So this layer is going to be in between layer. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, it might sound like I know what I'm doing, but I actually don't know what I'm doing. It's been years since I've done a quarter panel, and this one's actually aluminum. So I'm just gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to get this thing done, and hopefully it comes out to be right. As of right now, I'm gonna do a little bit of calculations here where exactly I want to make my cuts and all that without wasting this whole quarter panel given to me for very good price along with the car. So let's just not waste this piece. Let's try to get this thing done. Let's try to get this thing done right. Alright, so I already marked everything where I want to cut. So basically I gotta drill all these weld spots going all the way to the back of the quarter panel, all the way up here. And here's how I measure it. I measured from the top of this clip, which is the same in both panels. This is the clip that kind of like fixed in this certain spot, and you can measure off of that. So I took some measurements off of this, and then I took some measurements off of the top over here, and I kind of just decided to go extra step. Like on the other panel I have like cut like this. On this one I'm gonna go way over just to have extra space in case I need to align anything, or I could cut the other piece. So just extra space that I'm gonna cut. And over here, as far as on the inside, so on the previous panel I had the cuts right here, basically prior to the weld spots. So on this one I'm gonna go over the weld spots, so I have to drill all these weld spots, and then I'm gonna cut like the line past this point all the way to here, and then just kind of pull all these cut it right here, somewhere over here, straightforward, like right here, and then kind of just make two panels work. So let's get to it and start drilling and then cutting. Alright, so here we go. This is the piece all in its glory. As for right now, I gotta get this piece. Even though I took it off, I gotta prep it. So basically I gotta do a little bit of a chiseling right here, kind of do it at the angle right here, and then I have to create enough room to slide between two layers, because as you guys can see right here, there's no room. And if I was to put on top of the other one, I need to create enough room in this thing to kind of just slide over the old piece. So that's how that has to be done. Right now I gotta check, make sure everything over here is good and chiseled, like all this glue, excess glue gotta go because it's gonna be on my way. And as far as over here, I gotta straighten out this little thing to make sure it's kind of somewhat straight. It doesn't interfere with me trying to fit this thing. Try to straighten this piece out. I think it's welded down or whatever. Gotta sort this thing out and make sure it's all pretty much where it needs to be, so I can put the new piece and try to test fit it. So let's get to it and try to get this thing to be placed on this car and make this black and white. Alright guys, so check this out. Just look at it. I mean, just look at it. It looks nice and cool. I mean, really, for what it was and what it is right now, it's not bad at all. I mean, it needs a little bit of adjustment, but as you guys can see, all the body lines are aligning really nice. I need to make a little bit of adjustment here and there, prep this metal. Need to grind the edges a little bit so they could be smoother on the transition, kind of bend the inside of it a little bit so I can have a little more transition, a smoother transition. And I think I'm probably just going to leave it like this, just because it's probably going to be easier to work like that. But I'm very impressed with the results, so let's keep going and kind of get this thing all bolted on, prepped, and we can go from there. Maybe we'll even get the glue and glue it. We'll see. Alright, here we go guys, so major update. It's all good. It doesn't look like much has been updated, but check this out. You guys see this seam or seal? It just sits good. It sits like nearly perfect inside. That's excluding that it still needs a body fill over there and all those dents and everything. So it's all good and solid over here. I got everything bolted and screwed in. Over here we got pretty nice gaps all around. We still got grind them. Don't forget those. These are not gonna be like that. They're still gonna get a little surface blend, I guess, whatever you call the term. I'm not sure what the terminology is for it, but they sit really nice. Everything sits pretty nice and smooth. And let me show you guys a bit more. So check out the spacing, the lines. Do you guys see those lines? I mean, they're just perfect. They're aligning perfect. I don't know if you guys could see them, but every line, everything else is perfect. Check out the rear door. As you guys can see, everything lining up so perfect. So everything is in its place right now. Everything just the way it's supposed to be sitting. Overall, the car looks good. So if I was able to weld this thing, I would just probably weld it. If it was a steel car, I would just probably weld it just like it sits right now and call it a day. But I need to put a structure adhesive and bonding adhesive, whatever you call it, on the stronger surfaces and this and that. So I'm gonna have to take this thing once again, take it off, prep it one more time, but this is probably the semi-final time that it's ever been taken off. After this, we're probably gonna go for the final assembly and that's it. So right now I'm gonna check all the things that I need to check, make sure I need to like grind, cut, adjust, whatever. And after that, I'm gonna take this thing off, prep it for the final time, put adhesive if I have any, and call it a day. Alright, so catching up where we left off last time. So we got to the point where we prepped everything, where I prepped everything as far as quarter panel piece. This is the piece that we actually gonna replace, the outer skin, because that's the only thing that we actually need to replace. Everything else is pretty solid, so I got everything prepped. As you guys can see, it's all shiny and nice, and we're actually ready to glue it. Yes guys, you heard it right. We're actually gonna glue this thing. We're gonna glue it, and then we're gonna use these rivets to kind of rivet it in to make sure it holds well, because as you guys remember at the beginning, there was a lot of weld spots, and weld spots could be somewhat replaced with the rivets, because a lot of factory stuff is actually using rivets, as you guys can see right there. A lot of aluminum stuff uses rivets, so that's what we're actually gonna do. We're gonna use the rivets, and we're gonna use a structure adhesive. This stuff and this stuff is strong. I mean, when this stuff gets stacked, and when it catches, I mean, you'll need a pliers and you need like a pry bar to pull it off. It is really strong. It's as strong as probably welding itself, you know. But except in this point, I don't have a welding option in the moment, so I'm just gonna go and prep everything from the final time, do everything, put the glue on, and glue this thing on it, and put the rivets after that, or screws or whatever, just to make sure the panel sits really well where it needs to sit. I kind of prepped it all already, so I know where it's gonna go exactly. I just gotta prep everything final time, make sure adhesive sits really well on the panel, and then just put this thing on and screw it in, and hopefully everything goes in one single move. Let's keep going. Quick update of what's going on here, and then I'm gonna call it a night because it's already like 4 o'clock in the morning, so I guess it's time to go to sleep. So I got the panel all glued in. The adhesive or the glue was taking, I mean, it was drying really fast, so I had to hustle. I couldn't film more detail you guys or show you what I was doing. I was just kind of hustling, trying to get this thing done. I had to screw in a few screws and rivets here and there just to make sure everything is bonded really well, make sure the door and everything and the metal underneath is kind of sitting really well against each other, so it's all bonded and everything like that. But check out these gaps right here, the caps, no, not the caps, oh my goodness, 4 o'clock in the morning makes me speechless. But anyways, check out these gaps right here. I mean, they're nearly perfect. If you could see how the light kind of translates, it really is nice. Like, I am very happy with the results, how it came out. It came out really nice, like it was meant to be together. Black and black, well, yeah, kind of. But anyways, I'll let this thing sit overnight, probably till tomorrow or something like that. And after that, I'll remove all these screws, all unnecessary rivets. All these rivets are not necessary. I'm probably gonna remove them and just clean up this area. Right now I had to put them just so I can have a good connection with the metal underneath and make sure it doesn't sag in or anything like that. Just kind of wanted to bond those two together. I'll remove those later on, let it sit overnight, and that should be good. So I mean, that should be that should be solid for a long time. And as far as over here, you guys can see it looks a little ugly and all that. Even this rivet kind of broke halfway, but that's okay because all of this is going to be redone. It's going to be all coated and resanded and all that stuff, just like over here. So you guys not going to see this, the factory is not going to see this, and at the end of results you're probably going to see a little seam sealer like that, like something like that. It's just like looks like a factory seam sealer and then a fender liner, and you guys won't even tell that it was ever welded or riveted there. But overall I'm very happy with the results, so I guess I'll call it a night, and I won't see you guys, but you guys will see me in the next episode. Stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe as always, share my videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace! Whew, I'm tired. Where did I find couch here? Go to sleep.